So we're here at the fourth and last machine. Gert is the main operator here on this press. You might see him passing through the image. But which machine are we looking at here? That's a Xeikon CX500, which is really the latest generation dry toner press that we have there. For printing speed, it runs at the same speed as our CX3, our Cheetah, which you showed just a few minutes before. But what is the main big value that our Xeikon CX500 brings? That is the printing web width. To give you an example here on these labels, if you would be printing this on your Xeikon CX3, you would have 3 across. With our Xeikon CX500, you immediately put 2 additional lanes, which means that you actually are gaining 60% capacity. So if you have specific jobs that represent a large volume of multi-varieties, if you have jobs that have a certain height, let's say 150 millimeter high, then you would see that there's a tremendous gain in capacity, production capacity, with the Xeikon CX500. Now beyond that, the Xeikon CX500 is also the first machine of the new generation dry toner presses. It's built on a total new platform. From printing architecture and also from the technology point of view, it is the same. So we're building further upon our dry toner technology, but we've further enhanced it. So if you look, for example, to the print stations, you might recognize the main components, but you will see that again we have increased the quality bar that you would expect or that you for the printing press. On top of that, we have built in a lot of new technologies which expand your application range. For example, a new conditioning unit, which would help you to control the humidity level, for example, in your substrates, if that will be required, for example, on paper-based labels. We've also expanded and built a complete new fusing concept, which actually reduces the heat that is exposed to the substrate, or we operate actually at a lower temperature, but still run at 30 meters a minute. And thirdly, there's also a water cooling unit in there that will take out the heat of the substrate after being printed. All those 3 components, they enhance actually the application range when it comes down to substrates. On top of that, the new platform for the Xeikon CX500 is also much more intuitive. It communicates with the operators, indicating on certain interventions that are required, for example, toner replenishment and those type of things. And that, of course, makes it one of the new generation toner presses that is out there. Now, I've talked earlier about the benefits of dry toner, and I'm not going to repeat it here because this press is built upon those the same core technology, but there are a few things that I did not highlight yet across the different platforms of dry toner. And that is, for example, that on the press we have an inline spectrometer. And that inline spectrometer allows you to actually monitor your quality throughout the print run. It measures all the different colors, all the colors that are sitting inside the print stations, representing a full color gamut. But beyond that, it can also measure if your press is still printing within inside the color profile, within inside the color standard that you as a company has defined. And I actually will come back to that later actually in the next session or the next chapter where I'm going to be talking about the color services. So but this inline spectrometer is something that measures this. I've taken actually a piece of the printing press to show you how it is done. So that inline spectrometer, when it comes down to monitoring the print stations and the stability of the print stations, we're measuring a specific color strip that is printed alongside the labels at the frequency that you think is relevant. We do this for all the different colors that are sitting inside the print stations, and hence we control the tone curve throughout printing and we calibrate on the fly. There's additional capability, as I mentioned, where you measure also the color gamut and see if you are printing within inside the color standard that is defined by the company.